this is your main event of the evening. London, are you ready for the heavyweights? This bout is scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds, and it is for the WBA Continental, WBO European, British, and Commonwealth Heavyweight Championships. Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Here is Frazer Clarke.
Sky full of stars, but he looks great. I'm so pumped for this fight, guys.
And now, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Here comes the champion, Fabio Wardley. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. 12 3-minute rounds for the WBA Continental, WBO European, British, and Commonwealth Heavyweight Championships. Promoted by Ben Shalom and Boxer in association with Platform Sport. Brought to you live worldwide on Sky Sports and NBC's Peacock. Presented by our headline partner, Bet365, and our official partners, Everlast, Integra's Property Group, Fastline Steel Services, Val Nutrition, and Car Finance 24/7. Our supervisor, Thomas Putz and Debbie Down. Our steward in charge, Charles Giles. Our timekeeper, Stephen Pucci. And our judge at ringside, Michael Alexander, Howard Foster, and Mark Bates, and our referee in charge when the bell rings, Steve Gray. So, London, I need you all to get up out of your seats, raise your drinks high, and get wild. Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the gray trunks with yellow trim. He stands 6 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 19 stone. He holds a perfect, undefeated record of 8 victories versus no defeats. 6 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Burton-on-Trent, England. Introducing the Commonwealth gold medalist and Olympic bronze medalist, ladies and gentlemen, Big Frazer Clarke. And his opponent, the champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with white trim. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall. He weighed in at 17 stone 5 pounds. He holds a perfect, undefeated record of 17 wins, no defeats, with 16 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Ipswich, England. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former English heavyweight champion and the current reigning, defending WBO European, British, and Commonwealth heavyweight champion. Ipswich, stand for your champion, Fabio Wardley.
shoulders, okay? For cold break, take one step back. Don't throw punches on the back of the head, protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up. Good luck.
Steve Gray, the referee. The anticipation here, an absolute fever pitch. When the heavyweights go at it, you get that whiff of cordite in the air, that sense of clear and present danger that you get in every division in boxing, but even more so when it's the big men. Looking to try and find that right hand early on there, Frazer Clarke.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, Andy, if both men would love to land something heavy in one another in the first round.
Good jab there from Clarke. Finds the right hand as well, doubled up on the jab, followed it in, and through that right. There's been a good positive start this from Frazer Clarke. It's fundamentals, but they're working well.
Yeah, Frazer Clarke winning the jab exchange here in the first round. The guy with a solid amateur pedigree, you would expect him to have more success with the jab and then look to build from it.
Wardley just pushing out that lead left hand, just looking to try and measure the distance with it more than anything else, whereas that left hand of Clarke is much more of a weapon. Looks for the big overhand right there, Wardley, but doesn't land.
Clarke definitely the sharper of the two here in the first round.
Steps into a lead left hook. The right glove was where it needed to be there for Wardley.
Again, nice jab from Clarke. The bigger man, but he looks to have the better hand speed here so far anyway.
Looking for the overhand right there. Wardley came over the top of the jab and landed it on the side of the head. And Clarke off the back of the jab that time, looking for the uppercut as Wardley.
Round two.
Frazer Clarke in the silver and yellow, the champion. Fabio Wardley in the blue and white. He holds those British and Commonwealth titles. There's that overhand right again. Manages to slide one in around the back of the guard there. Clarke off the ropes looking for the uppercut, and Wardley making an aggressive start to round two.
Go on, George.
Yeah, that exchange started with a really sharp right hook to the body behind the elbow of Frazer Clarke. And Wardley tried to take the attack to the head, but Frazer Clarke, with his amateur experience, looked cool, calm and collected, I thought, and fired back himself with a couple of nice shots to finish that exchange. Fight's starting to heat up, Matt, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think Wardley's come out fast here and aggressive. He doesn't want Clarke to settle into much of a groove. He's trying to knock him out of that and make him feel uncomfortable. But, Clarke, really good first round, just wants to stay composed, keep that jab going, and just build on that.
Wardley just stooping, trying to jab to the body, walked onto a lead left hand of Clarke, heading towards the midway stage of round two. He started the round very quick, Fabio Wardley, but a nice uppercut there from Clarke off the back of a left hand. Wardley looking to try and fire back, but I think that registered.
Definitely did, because he took a few back, he backed off as soon as that landed, the uppercut. Good shots from Clarke.
But Wardley fights with his elbows out to the side. It means that his hands are slower when they come out, but also there is that opening up through the middle. A little bit more of an opening, and Frazer Clarke might just be taking advantage of that here in the second round.
Clarke again doubling up on the jab, then looking to try and sling that right hand in round the back of the guard, then straight with it that time. Steps in with the left, just slightly off the angle. This is good variety from Frazer Clarke, and a good start to the fight for him as well. Blood coming from the bridge of the nose there of Fabio Wardley.
Yeah, nice sharp right hand counter as well there from Clarke. Oh, big shot.
Set his feet there, Wardley, and threw that right hand. And Clarke just trying to cover up a little bit here. He was slightly unsteady there for a second, but he then lets his own right hand go. Wardley, though, senses he has an opportunity, gets another right through. Clarke, though, seems to have his wits about him here.
Yeah, it was a big shot, he got caught with Clarke. But he's took it well, I think he shook it off now.
And came back with an uppercut there too. Good jab there from Wardley. This is turning into a terrific fight. Closing stages of round two. There it goes.
Doesn't even set it up, just lets it go. It's a great shot that he has.
Yeah, a bit wild and erratic at times, but a lot of power in it.
Therefore hard to read, isn't it, Matt?
Exactly.
So into the third. Wardley just dipping his knees there and trying to rip to the body. He dug in that second round, Wardley, because Clarke was just beginning to dictate a little bit, and even though it's early in the fight, you sense that as a fighter, and he needed to do something about it, and he did towards the end of that round.
Wardley looking a little bit more settled here in this third round. Warmed into the fight. Stance looks a little bit better, a little bit sharper with his lead hand.
Clarke just chopping down with that right hand through the jab, and then pulled that right hand down a touch. He hasn't been quite as busy with his jab in this third round so far, Frazer Clarke. Wardley just walking onto a jab there. Right hand from Clarke as Wardley was looking to try and just sit down and throw his own right. And then Clarke with a left hand off the back of the lead right.
Clarke, more organised here and just doing the basics a lot better. Not loading up, just short, straight shots. Wardley telegraphing them a little bit more, a little bit wild.
But there's that right hand again. He pulled back and threw that right hand off that angle that George talked about, got through with it. Clarke came back with a couple of punches, but again it's that strafing right, good solid left hand from Wardley again there too. 40 seconds remaining in the round.
Both guys landing big shots on each other, and you wonder what is the effect it's having.
Yeah,
is it draining?
They both definitely felt each other's powers, you can see that.
We expected that Clarke would have the better fundamentals given the backgrounds of the two, and that has proved to be the case. He's got, if you like, he's got a very solid set of cards, Frazer Clarke, but Wardley's got that kind of wild card element about him, where you never really know what he's going to do.
No, and Wardley, he pulls back with his head high, which is risky, but
Let's see how it unfolds then.
So into the fourth we go. It's been a very interesting first three rounds. 2-1 Frazer Clarke. I can definitely see that. Wardley won that round we've just seen. I would say that third round, and a lot has happened already. They both registered on each other at times. and you do get a feeling that it's one of those fights where we're on the brink of something big almost any second. That is often the case at heavyweight, but particularly here.
Yeah, I think, you know, Frazer is the tidier of the two, the better organised, but I think that, as we've said, with Wardley, he's probably got that, he's got the edge in speed and being a little bit erratic and wild. He's got that unpredictability about him.
Both throwing at the same time there. You can see the marking up around the nose and also the forehead and the face of Wardley as Clarke just hits him with a big, heavy sandbag of the right hand that caused him to give a little bit of ground. Wardley aimed to throw his own right, but didn't, and left himself in a dangerous position.
Well, he kind of took a little half step, didn't he, Frazer? And then as he fell into no man's land a little bit, he just nailed him with the right hand.
Well, Frazer started to win the jab exchanges here in this round, and when they jab together, Frazer's coming out on top. So he's got to overcommit to it, Wardley, to try and have success. But you're seeing it coming, and Frazer's trying to counter with his sharp right hand.
Moving in behind the double jab there, Frazer Clarke just closed his own space down a bit into the final minute of round 4. It's a bruising fight, this. A little bit of damage to the left eye there of Clarke. I think maybe a scratch, a graze really, more than a cut. Good jab there from Wardley. And there's that right hand again, and he looks to go down to the body. Cut on the inside there from Clarke.
Yeah, good exchange there from both men. Wardley had some good success, but that was a lovely uppercut from Clarke.
Both opening out to throw, and neither one really landed solid there. If they had, then somebody was going over.
Clarke's got a better jab, and that could really be a key factor.
The crowd at the Open cut from Frazer Clarke. They both landed some heavy artillery on each other, and they both showed signs at times of those big bombs registering. There's that right hand again there from Wardley. He kind of lassos it in. Comes arcing in from wide, but it's quite unerring in its accuracy.
Yeah, he started to finish each exchange with a solid jab at the start of this round, Wardley, which is a good idea. The right hand doesn't land, but then he just finishes it and just lands leather on his opponent's face. It's never nice. Big right hand.
Clarke just being forced to give a little bit of ground off the back of that right hand. A jab to the chest there from Wardley. Clarke trying to establish his own jab again. Good combination there from Wardley. Uppercut, and then just really turning that right hand over as he chopped down with it slightly.
I think the right hand counters when Wardley finishes punching for Clarke will be working well, because every time he finishes punching, Wardley brings his left hand down low. He's wide open for the straight right hand.
Good right hand there from Clarke, but Wardley maybe just took the sting out of it slightly.
Even if Clarke jabs to the chest and then chops the right hand over the top.
Wardley that time just threading through a nice solid left hand. Longish right hand from Clarke, and then looks to try and pin Wardley onto the ropes, and it's that kind of area where Frazer Clarke maybe does want to kind of lean on him, bring that greater weight to bear, see if he can empty the tank a little bit that way. But in instance, I think they were both happy just to nick a few seconds breather. Rapid hand speed there from Wardley, just dipped his knee slightly, changed the trajectory on those punches.
You can imagine at this stage, as the fight starts to settle a touch, it's the chap who wastes the least amount of punches. Wardley
just looking to set about Frazer Clarke here. Thrown plenty of punches. Clarke's defence was decent enough there, though. He kept those gloves up. He's on the receiving end, though. The straight right hand gets through. And he's on the run here. Down he goes. Fabio Wardley pursuing him across the ring. Landed a left and a right. And that was enough to put Frazer Clarke down. Steve Gray has a good look. And it arrives right to ring. And towards the end there, landed those couple. He was slightly off balance, Frazer Clarke, and down he went. So into the 6th round, and that's a huge moment for Fabio Wardley. I remember seeing Frazer Clarke put down once in the amateurs in WSB at York Hall, walked onto a solid lead left hand. It was a flash knockdown. He was up in no time and went on to win that fight. But this is a different kind of scenario.
What Wardley can't afford to do now, though, is go too all out for the knockdown, because, you know, Frazer, I think, cleared his head. He got up, he knew where he was. Yeah, there was the knockdown, but he was okay. Now he's had the minute respite in between rounds as well, so I think he's just got to settle down again here, Wardley, because, you know, Clarke's very much still in this fight.
He locked on so well there, though, didn't he, Wardley? When he had him hurt, and he knew he did, he just didn't give him any chance to escape.
You know, it was an impressive shot that that started it off, that little layback right hand.
So a 10-8 round for Fabio Wardley, that 5th, remember, and again he just pursues Clarke, using that jab. Clarke, though, managing to manoeuvre his way out of trouble comfortably enough there, but Wardley looking for that right hand again, followed by the uppercut. His confidence is up here.
Yeah, Clarke needs to do something to avoid these shots. He'll be sapping the energy bar. Wardley certainly feeling the pace. Was trying to make the point of about missing shots. And Wardley launched that assault, which will obviously give him that 2nd win now to try and get the finish.
Well, it could be very interesting to see what would happen in the 2nd half of the fight, because it's not really charted territory. Frazer Clarke went 10 with Marisvac, but that was completely at his own pace. Fabio Wardley, because of his propensity to chin people, hasn't been beyond the 7th. Long right hand again there from Wardley.
Yeah, so if this does go into the 2nd half of the fight, as you say, it's unknown territory for both guys.
When these guys come together and they punch together and they land, it takes a split second for you to see who's landing and what the effect is, because they both look like they're punching so hard and could be one punch away from changing momentum.
Heavyweight boxing is quite the sight, it really is, because, as you say, George, it takes a split second to register on these huge bodies. Scoring it round by round, but thinking about how it's gone, I don't think there's anything in this at all. Momentum is with Wardley at the moment, heading into round 7.
Stamina and conditioning, I think, is definitely going to come into be a factor here in this fight.
No, absolutely. I mean, Frazer Clarke, who started with a really sharp jab in the first couple of rounds, the pace has caught up with him. That jab is not quite as sharp, and he's getting caught so much more frequently. That right hand over the top from Wardley, which is his danger shot.
Well, that's how you would see it at home, level through 6. One drawn round in there in round 2. There's the 10-8, of course, and it's close. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And good old-fashioned strength of will have a massive role to play in this as well, going into the 2nd half. a huge role. Conditioning, of course, but both of these two are going to have to go to places they've not been before. Slightly weary look about the pair of them, actually, in this 7th round. Clarke trying to line up a big right hand, then got through with the uppercut. I'm not sure how clean it was. Left into the body. Was that a little bit low? I think Wardley suggesting that was low. And he will get some time to recover. Timeout called by referee Steve Gray. He agrees that the blow was low. And he's taking a point from Frazer Clarke. He held up 3 fingers to him. I'd imagine to indicate that that's the 3rd time that he's done it, and he's taken a point away. He had problems against David Allen, Frazer Clarke, of course, with low blows, and this is not the kind of fight where you want to be losing a point. Good body shot there from Wardley. Dipped his knees and rammed his right hand into the pit of Frazer Clarke's stomach. That was a nice right from Clarke, just round the back of the guard. And these two just standing square and digging their toes in. This is brutal, bruising stuff. The cut there from Clarke was solid.
He's landed some good uppercuts in this round, Clarke. I feel like he's boxed with a bit more conviction in this round. A bit more spite.
Yeah. You keep trying to look at Wardley's posture and wondering if he's starting to gas or he's really starting to feel the pace. But then there's an injection of pace that comes back with a sharp right hand.
As you said earlier in the fight, he is, for all sorts of reasons, very difficult to read, and that's just another aspect of it. The belt is sitting on top of the protector, and any punch on the protector is a foul, and if he's warned him 3 times already, which was the indication he gave, then the referee has done what he's done, and you can't really have too much of an argument about it. It's not the kind of punch you want to be losing a point for, though, because it was almost a bit pointless.
Yeah. Very good, Andy. I think Wardley's having problems with his shorts. At the start of every round, he gets a handful of his tassels, which hasn't prevented from landing that big right hand there and then on Frazer Clarke.
Really trying to turn over the fist on that right hand. Wardley had got through, and he stands and swings at Clarke. He managed to ride that mini storm out okay. Sneaky little lead left uppercut there from Clarke. Those juggling kind of shots maybe will have an impact down the stretch. Wardley just leaning on the shoulder there of Clarke, and he does have a little bit of a weary look to him now. The face is busted up. It has been for a little while.
I think Clarke's, more economical with his... He's not wasting as much energy, where those wild, erratic moves from Wardley, he's wasting more energy than what Clarke is, and that could be a big factor as we go into the later rounds.
There was a strong right hand there, nice straight right hand from Clarke down the middle. And he's beginning to breathe a little bit heavily, Fabio Wardley, but you need to find a second win. He'll dig in, I've absolutely no doubt about that, but again, just made to back up there by Clarke.
Yeah, Wardley's pulling away from that right hand. He's just taking the edge off of the crispness of the finish of the shot for Frazer Clarke. So
and you just get the sense that this is a big round for Frazer Clarke. Wardley, again, just setting his feet and looking to try and let his hands go here, trying to make a dent in Clarke, but Clarke, I think, has done some real work in this round. Wardley, again, just swinging. I'm not going to say that this looks like a final hurrah from Fabio Wardley, but it's got a little bit of that look to it, George.
No, he's got the nose damage, which must be making it difficult to breathe. Whether that's having an impact on the way he looks, but he looks like he's feeling the pace of the fight now a little bit more than Frazer Clarke. Whether Frazer Clarke can sense that, taking confidence from it.
Looking for that right hand there, Wardley missed with it. Final seconds of round 8, 4 to go. After this, he's not been beyond 7. Fabio Wardley in his career. Frazer Clarke did do that 10 against Marius back, as I said, at his own pace, but it was a blisteringly hot night.
And psychologically, he's been there before.
Clarke looking to try and finish around with that right hand.
As the bells landed and Frazer was missing, but I think that last round was evident that Clarke is now starting to land in those exchanges where they're both punching together.
Looking for that big right hand immediately there, Fabio Wardley. Blood came from the nose at an early stage, but looking at it side on there's been further damage, that thickening around the bridge of the nose. If it is broken, then there's all sorts of problems that come with that, swallowing blood, the difficulty of breathing. And that right eye is swelling as well, at the top of the cheekbone underneath the eye. Long right hand there from Clarke was a good shot. Another heavy right as he leans in. And again, the blood just streaming out of the end of the nose there of Fabio Wardley. Hit Frazer Clarke almost with the back of his glove there as he missed with that right hand and then just whipped it back across. He is still very, very dangerous. What's the approach for Frazer Clarke at this point, George? Because he can see the man in front of him, and he will see a man who he feels is in trouble, but who he knows that when he's wounded, that with Wardley almost is when he's at his most dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. When he punches back after you've started the exchange, that is when he's most dangerous. But it's a lot more measured in this round from Frazer Clarke, and he's also throwing a lot more body shots, I think, in this round.
Yeah, I think Frazer's just got to keep doing what he's doing, stay compact, stay tidy. Don't telegraph your shots, don't waste energy, just pick your shots, keep them straight. And try and touch it downstairs every chance you get as well, because he's definitely feeling them.
Long right hand got through there. Wardley was backed up to the ropes. He's setting his feet, looking for the body shot there, Wardley.
I think he landed a body shot that hurt Frazer Clarke then. He just had to back up after taking that one.
Clarke just coming forward a bit tall, a bit square there. That right hand didn't land absolutely clean. Could have been a problem if it did. Slightly tired. Look about Wardley as he throws that right hand. That nose is just an absolute horror show. Wardley looking to try and finish the round strong. He's digging in here, Fabio Wardley. By the way, if you had to choose one of these two that you would rather be coming out for this round, you'd rather be Frazer Clarke, wouldn't you?
I think so. Just looking at the energy levels, you think Frazer Clarke was slightly fresher. He's finished strong in these last 3 rounds. Started this round positively. The nose of Wardley, they can't stop it bleeding.
Well, you've got it absolutely even at home, and again, with a point deduction, that round 7, the scoring of that, if you felt that Clarke won the round, then the point deduction would have made that an even round. I didn't think there was much in that round myself outside of the deduction, which is treated in isolation. But the long and short of it is that through 9 rounds at home, you've got it dead level.
I think Frazer looks the fresher of the two, and he's more energy efficient. He wastes less energy. You know, with Wardley being a bit erratic and wild, he expends energy. Really, he doesn't need to, but he falls off balance a bit. Again, wastes energy where, you know, like I say, Clarke's fundamentals, very technically well schooled, and he's not wasting that energy.
Clarke just trying to lean in on Wardley a touch here. Wardley, though, fighting his way off the ropes. Long right hand from Clarke. This is terrific stuff. Fabio Wardley in there now really is almost just fighting on instinct. And I think the referee is going to say that the doctor has to come and have a look at the nose here and the amount of blood that is coming from it. And it's going to be okay to continue. It's not an injury that you see often stop a fight. Damage to the nose.
Oh, big right hand from Wardley.
Who set his feet right from the off there when boxing resumed midway through round 10. And again, another big right hand, and Clarke is forced to give ground. He's a little bit unsteady as he does so. Manages to jab his way out of the corner. But Wardley letting his hands go, sensing that he could be in with an opportunity here.
He may feel here, Wardley, with a nose injury, that he only got a little bit of time left. He's got to go all out.
Well, that gun shield has come out. It's Frazer Clarke to Steve Gray telling the corner, you have to get on with this. I want this done quickly. Frazer Clarke just trying to get a little bit of a rest. Fabio Wardley right up above us on our left-hand side as well. And this is the hurt locker for these two now. Deep in the fight. It is still absolutely anyone's. Who can hold that technique together a fraction better? Who maybe wants this a little bit more? Wardley can barely see at times now. And that's not going to help his cause with the referee. Clarke stepping in. That right eye of Wardley's is closing as well. There's that right hand. There's not as much on it now, but it still makes its way in from that strange angle. Clarke trying to come forward. Right hand to the body from Wardley. He grimaces and punches to the head. Clarke comes back.
There's just pure heart here from Wardley. Looks shattered, but he's really digging in.
Was so close. Final seconds of round 10. This is heavyweight boxing. And
it's concentration levels as well, man. Who can stay switched on? Don't give away any of them free shots. Don't let the guy in front of you land a massive shot. It's going to give him that boost, give him that momentum to maybe go out and finish you on your feet.
That's right. You've got to keep your composure, even though it's madness in there. You've got to stay calm.
Just feeling out with that jab a touch there, Clarke. The second one was a bit more solid. They will know that this is up for grabs. They will know that there's very, very little in it. They've both got to go out and try and win these final 2 rounds. And he's done it again there, Fabio Wardley, just backhanded Frazer Clarke. I'm not sure he even really knows he's doing it. Long right hand there from Clarke, didn't quite make it. Strong right hand from Clarke again there. Left hand from Clarke. And then into the body. He's got Wardley pinned on the ropes here. And Frazer Clarke going to look to try and unload. Wardley gets in and holds, which was the right thing to do. That right eye is a sorry sight now too. He can barely see out of it. Good jab there though from Fabio Wardley. Almost loses his balance as he comes forward there, Wardley, throwing the jab. There doesn't seem to be too much strength left in those legs, but as you said earlier, George, just when he looks like he's absolutely done, he manages to find something, because this is a hard fight.
Yeah, you've got to admire both fighters, and neither have been here in their careers. Wardley's never seen the 11th round. He's got that injury to the face affecting his breathing. At times he's looked exhausted, but just carries on fighting back.
And backs Frazer Clarke up here to the ropes and looks to let his own hands go. Clarke just missing with a short left. Wardley with a left to the body just before that. Final 20 seconds of round 11. This has been a tight round.
Yeah, both men shattered here, you can see. It could all come down to the last round as well.
Wardley wants to let those hands go, having some good success here and just keeping on reining in those punches. There goes the bell, 3 more minutes.
You don't want to leave nothing in the tank tonight, you want to leave it all in the ring.
Absolutely no second chances, you cannot have any regrets. They have to pour it all out here. We had to wait a long time for this fight, but some fights are worth the wait, and this has been one of them. These two exchanging jabs. Wardley getting more purchase on his, just backing up Clarke again. Wardley by a shade, according to our viewers at home, but it is anybody's fight. It is all down to this remaining time.
You know, it could come down to who can keep their shape here as well in the last round, because they're both massively fatigued, but who can keep their shape could be crucial.
Wardley with a good right to the body. Clarke swung in a hook which didn't quite make it. That damage to the face has been serious for such a long time for Wardley, and he's just managed to keep going regardless. The Ipswich fans just trying to lift Fabio Wardley one last time here. Trying to find the uppercut. And the two of them just happy to lean in and take a few seconds respite as we head towards the final minute. Again, there's been very little in this 12th round so far. Wardley has probably had the better exchanges.
And this last minute now is just who can summons up that last final bit of stamina, that final bit of strength.
Yeah, this round is still up for grabs with a minute to go, and it might mean all the difference in the final outcome. You know, when you are tired, you start to lose your form. Some fighters it suits better, and tonight...
Good right hand there from Clarke, and that really made an impact on Wardley. And Clarke looking to try and let his hands go, but Wardley somehow swings that left and manages to stay on his feet, because it looked for a second there like that right could close the show for Frazer Clarke, and Wardley again just puts his arm around the waist of Clarke and somehow manages to get through it. He's got absolutely nothing left. Neither of them have. Big uppercut there from Clarke, and this could be enough to win this final round with the judges. And who knows how important that could be. Final few seconds, another uppercut from Frazer Clarke. The crowd on that feet roaring.
Championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for the official decision. Judge Michael Alexander sees the contest 114 to 113, Wardley. Judge Howard Foster sees it 115 to 112, Clarke. And finally, Judge Mark Bates sees it 113 to 113. This battle has been ruled a draw.
Hey, look, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of not the performance in the way I boxed and stuff. There was a lot of mistakes made, but I'm proud of the heart I showed, the respect I gave the belt. The British belt brings out a lot in people, and there was a lot of massive fights for that belt before me. And I'm proud that I was able to put my own name down and put one fight in the history books for myself.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I mean, You both pushed yourself to a limit that I think is beyond expected of you. How did you get through it? Because those were some very, very hard rounds for both of you.
Just grit.
I mean, what got you through it more than anything?
Just not wanting to bow out, not wanting to take a knee, not wanting to go down. The heart of it. I wanna. When I realised I wasn't boxing the best, I knew I could rely on my heart and being proud of that side of me. So that's what I had to double down in that fight, and I'll take that for what it was, what it's worth.
No, it was amazing. One question on the future. Maybe not the time to ask it. There will be people asking for a rematch because it was so good. We spoke to him. He's obviously going to ask for one. Would you do it again, or do you now believe that you'd be on this level? What do you want to do in the immediacy of that?
Yeah, look, I think he deserves it. I'm a fair man, and that was a great fight, and he deserves a rematch. It deserves to be a clearer one. A lot of people will ask for it, and I don't think I'll be happy with my career moving on from that draw and just running away from it. So we can run it back, it's no problem.
Yeah, one question on the cards. I mean, your team was surprised with the 2 10-8 rounds. What did you make of the draw as a result?
Yeah, look, I think it's hard because I was in the thick of it. So who knows really how to score it. I can imagine it was a hard fight to score, because if you look at the two of us side by side, he probably looks a lot prettier than I do right now. But yeah, that probably played in a factor, and that's my own fault. There's no blame to you put anywhere. It's on me.
And a big rest?
Not too big. I love this game. I love what I do. I love my job. So I'm back to work soon.
Yeah, I can say from the fans and everybody, thank you. It was brilliant to watch. It was a British title classic, and you should be very proud to be part of it.
Thank you.
You've done very, very patient.
Please get a rest.
You can certainly
Please.
hold your head high. How do you feel after what is a British title classic, without a doubt?
I'm absolutely gutted, I can say that, but I'm a grown man. I want to congratulate Fabio Wardley for a fantastic fight. I think I felt like I did enough, but I know boxing. I'm a realist. Boxing's about moments. It's about mistakes. I'll get it with a stupid right hand over the top, I think it was, and then a couple of low blows which were by 100% accidental. But you know, I do feel like I won the fight. I also feel like there was a little bit of inconsistency. I think he got warned probably 3 or 4 times for using the back of the hand, so it's close. But my man, I didn't lose, I drew, but I'm gutted I'm not in this dressing room with them titles. I want to take that back to my baby Mila and Trent. I love you two, and as long as you two are okay, then I'm okay.
Yeah, well, I caught your dad outside. You will not find a prouder man, and I think he sort of said, you know, everyone's very, very proud of you. You pushed yourself, I can only assume, because I think he will agree, you both pushed yourself to the limit of what's expected of you and probably beyond. How did you find the courage to keep going down the stretch, especially getting off the floor to do so?
Oh, I'm a Clarke. I come from my dad. That's why, once again, like, I made the right stuff, and hopefully I can improve from this, you know. I'll go on from this, I'll learn a lot from that. We can go on and on about it. Was it a little bit too early? Maybe if there was another 12 rounder before that, or 10 rounder, who knows? But like I say, you know what, I'm a grown man. I'm not here to cry over spilt milk. I'm going to go back to the gym, and hopefully we can probably get it back on, you know. I'm definitely up for that. I think I deserve it. He's a great fighter. I've got a lot of respect for him. Maybe I should have finished him off, you know. There was a couple of moments where I think he was gone. But like again, shoulda, woulda, coulda. To everyone in Ipswich, it was just business. No hard feelings. To everyone that supported me, thank you. Everyone that came out. Burton-on-Trent, Swaddling-Cloak, South Derbyshire, I love you. Glenn, condolences for your mum, you know. Big up to you. And again, thank you everyone for tuning in and supporting.
Now is not the time to ask. You'll go away, hopefully rest and sit down with your team. Chances of a rematch, do you think that he would entertain that?
I'm not sure if he'd be up for it. I feel like I give him quite a good. I think I won the fight, to be honest. So he'd probably want to move on, but we'll see where it goes. You know, I want to thank everyone. Thank you, Danny, for putting up with it for the last 10 weeks, 12 weeks, because I've been. I haven't been the most nice person to be around. But as for Fabio, whatever he does, you know, that's up to him. But you know, I'd like the powers that be to make this fight again, and I think we can give the fans what they want again, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's not for me to stir at all. Do you come away after a fight like that having punched a hell of a lot of respect into each other. Yeah, you want to do it again, but it takes two to make a great fight, and that was more than a great fight.
I come away with that fight. From that fight, I won't be proud because I'm not here with the titles. I come away cursing myself a little bit. From the age of 10 since I started boxing, I've been told about that leaky lead hand. Been my kryptonite before, but we're going to work on that. Hit me with a couple of good shots. But listen, I'm gonna go away and work on it. I'm a proud man. Yeah, it's a hard one to take, but yeah, that wasn't nice. And one more big up, Galawia fight next weekend in Vegas. Do your thing, my brother.
Yeah, well, you're not a winner tonight, but absolutely not a loser. So I can't say congratulations, but I can't say commiserations either.
Thank you, everyone. God bless.